All right, guys. So here we are. It's February 26th. I've got 2 days left on the end of muskrat season here. So Minnesota doesn't have a spring season. The best muskrats to get are right now. They hit full prime in March, but Minnesota doesn't allow you to trap them in March. It's always been that way, at least my whole life it's been that way. Now, before I go out here today, I just want to real quick explain the trap I'm using and my setup. It's going to be a little easier for me to do that here while it's nice and calm. I can get you on kind of a, I guess, more of a level surface, and I can show you easier. So this is a Duke long spring number 1. Okay, this is what I'm using right here. Now, this isn't really the trap I prefer. I would much rather trap muskrats with a Victor number 1 stop loss, and it actually has a spring that comes over, and then when the muskrat gets caught, it flips over and keeps that muskrat off the trap, because muskrats will chew their own foot off. So when you're using these kind of traps, you're going to want to get it next to the hole that they're coming up out of, and I'll explain that a little bit more once I get out there. But I want to show you kind of how I set this trap. Pretty easy. So get my knee up so it's kind of at your guys' height. You're going to push down on this spring, right? Push down. Kind of awkward because I got it on my knee at a height, but anywho, push it down. You're going to flip that over underneath the trigger, right there. These traps are new and they're rusty, which is good because I'm going to dye them here this summer. Then all you do is you just come down and you bring that trigger down on this little piece of metal to where it's kind of hair triggered, not really. You just want to get it flat like that. And then take your trap, push it over, and that'll allow you to bring this jaw down. Now the whole thing's flat, as you can see. Now what's going to happen is muskrat's going to come up out of his hole, out of the ice. This is going to be on his feed bed inside the muskrat hut. He's going to come through, he's going to step on the trigger, and it's going to get him by the foot. Pretty simple. And I just had this, it's on a chain. There's my trap tag to make it legal. And it goes right to this stick outside the hut, so they can't pull my trap, down through the hole and gone forever. It's gonna hold the trap. That's it.
All right, so I'm back in here roughly, I don't know, I'd say half a mile. This is what you're looking for, guys. These cattail sloughs. Muskrats love cattail sloughs. They build their houses out of it. It's food for them. So yeah, these bigger cattail sloughs like this, you just got to get down in them. If it's private land, ask permission. If it's public, just get down in there and check it out. Alrighty, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna find, well, there's a bunch. There's like 26 I counted in here the other week. So we're gonna get down in here. I've only got 12 traps, but yeah, let's make it happen. Found one. We got down in here. This is about medium size muskrat hut. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna take our hatchet and we're gonna chop into it. Now in the state of Minnesota, it is 100% legal to do that in the state of Minnesota. as long as you plug it back up with the wet material from inside. That way you're not killing off the rest of the muskrats, and whatever ones you don't catch, you know, will still be around, and you know, keep the habitat going. You know, keep that population, you know, stable. I don't want to kill them all, you know. That's not what I'm out here trying to do. I just want to catch some, help out the population, keep the population healthy, and that's it. Have a little fun. So you're just gonna keep chopping, and you're gonna chop kind of down at an angle. And I'm gonna show you guys once I get in here of what it actually looks like and how I'm setting this up once I get down in here. I'm gonna take off my glasses here because it's gonna get dark and I kind of want to see what the heck I'm doing. Okay. Okay. So you're gonna feel it pop through. It's gonna be like a little frozen barrier there, but then it's gonna open up to like a dome shape inside, and it's gonna be all frosted up around there, and you're gonna know when you get through it. 'Cause your axe or your hatchet or wherever you're using, it's gonna punch right through. Okay, so I'm through. I got my hand in here now, and all I'm doing is I'm getting all this debris that fell through when I was chopping it out. Okay, so now I'm simply reaching in there. I'm feeling where that hole is, where they're coming up through the ice. Okay, now there's a nice feed bed where they're coming up and resting, and that's exactly where we're going to put our trap. But before we do that, we're going to pull some of this wet material out, and that's actually going to be our plug. Okay, but you want to make sure you don't pull so much out to where you can't get a trap, you know, in there. You're going to want to leave that feed bed, or that little pad I should say, because that's right where you're going to want to set your trap. Okay, so we're good there. So now, like I was talking earlier, I got that much wire and chain. Now, when I was saying that rats will chew their foot off, they will. So you want enough chain down in there with your trap, so when they get caught, they'll pull this trap down through the hole, and then they'll expire. Okay, they'll drown. I mean, I'm not gonna beat around the bush with you guys. They're gonna drown. That's what you want with this style. Okay, sometimes they get wound up in there and they don't actually get down the hole. They'll get the vegetation wrapped and they can't. And not all muskrats will chew their foot off, but it does happen. So we're gonna set the trap, just like how I showed you guys earlier. Get that over. Set her down to where she's kind of there. Now all we're doing is we're going to go down in here ever so carefully. Just like that. So I got that trap right there on the feed bed.
bedded down real good, nice and firm. Kind of just kind of feel. Make sure she's planted good. Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys real quick. So there's the hole, and my trap is down in that hole. There's actually a feed bed right down over in here. Let me grab my light so you guys can get a real good look. So there it is, guys. My trap is literally in the center of that light, down in the water. Now it's not that far down, so when a rat comes through, you know, he's still going to get caught. It's only like, I don't know, ½ inch underneath the water. Pretty simple. So you guys saw me set that down in there. Everything's good, enough chain. It's ready to produce. Now all I'm gonna do is take this wet material, like I was saying earlier. You're gonna wanna, even some of this is a little wet too. Get enough of it and plug that hole up. So that's literally what I'm doing. Getting into a ball like that, it's all wet. Go down ever so carefully. Might need a little bit more here. And then just take all this stuff that we hammered out or chopped out and just start putting it back and filling in this spot. Now tonight, it's gonna get down to 22 degrees, so it's not gonna be too terribly cold. Normally, if I know she's gonna dip down into like the lower teens, I will throw snow on this. Don't pack the snow, just throw snow on it with a shovel, and that snow will insulate it. Okay, so I plugged it up, put all that debris back on top, and this is ready to produce a muskrat. Now I gotta get going here. I gotta set these other 11 traps, which will be easy to do because there's a pile of muskrat huts in here. Yeah, I'm actually just pumped up. I'm glad I can bring you guys along. I'm hoping people are learning stuff, maybe something a little different or new, the way I do it. Not saying this is the way you have to do it, but in the late winter like this is really an effective way here in Minnesota to harvest muskrats. Yeah, if you guys can, just please, share this, like it, subscribe. After my last video, the views are really starting to go up. The subscribers have darn near doubled. I mean, it's just fabulous. It's awesome. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that people want in on this. So yeah, it's pretty much like all I got. This is gonna be part 1 of 2.
tomorrow I'll bring you guys along, and we'll check. So yeah, thank you.